Remember, early mail-in voting is underway, so vote, vote, vote. You got to get going. And we want to make this election, you know the expression, too big to rig, too big to rig, because at a certain size, they can't do it. They're going to say, oh, geez, this is tougher than we thought.
Donald Trump becomes the first Republican nominee in decades to campaign for votes in Dane County. Trump touted his economic policies, pledged to end wars in Ukraine and the Middle East, and criticized his opponent, Kamala Harris, on foreign policy, crime, and immigration. Trump spoke for about an hour to hundreds of supporters at a manufacturing facility in Waunakee. We continue our team coverage tonight. Cameron Kelly has reaction from people on both sides of the political spectrum. But first, our Mark McPherson is live outside Dane Manufacturing in Waunakee, where Trump spoke. Mark?
Lee, there was a lot of excitement here tonight. From very early in the morning, there were people lined up all the way down the street and then back again. In fact, some people started lining up last night to see former President Donald Trump. And it's not a surprise there's that much excitement, Lee, as you mentioned earlier on, that it's been decades since anyone, if a Republican nominee has been here. In fact, only 3 times in the last 100 years has a Republican nominee even won Dane County. The last time was back in 1956. But supporters here didn't care. They were very excited to hear Trump speak. He, as you mentioned, talked about the economy. He talked about immigration. And that's why he came to such a dark blue dot on the map. This is going to be a very close election. And if he can get his base fired up here, it really could make the difference. We talked to former Wisconsin Governor Tommy Thompson before the speech and asked him just how much does Trump need here to be successful.
This is going to be so big because all we need is 26 to 27% of the vote in Dane County, and they cannot beat Western Wisconsin. So that's how important it is. This is key.
Now, Thompson was one of the people urging the former president, to visit here in Waunakee, also other places like southern Wisconsin as well. We'll see if it makes the difference come November. Reporting live in Waunakee, Mark McPherson, 15 News.
Mark, thank you. Supporters for Kamala Harris and Donald Trump wrapped around the venue ahead of the former president's rally. WMTV's Cameron Kelly joins us live from Waunakee. Cameron, what was the environment outside like earlier today?
Lee, supporters on both sides were decorated from head to toe with gear on. Harris Wall supporters were on the edge of the streets talking to anyone that passed by.
We've gotten a couple middle fingers.
You'll see him in jail.
No sky-high prices.
In the battleground state of Wisconsin.
We've gotten the loser sign a few times.
Supporters for Harris and Trump.
When we were building a wall, clearly the numbers went down.
Let's hear the facts.
Lined the streets of Waunakee.
I'm here to represent freedom.
We've been yelled at a few times.
Waunakee dad Zach Roberts lives a few blocks down from the rally.
Makes me feel terrible.
He says he's here in support of the women in his life.
I'm father to a number of daughters and a husband, and Donald Trump has shown that he is abusive towards women and disrespectful towards women.
I'm happy to be the one to stand up.
Jess Pagel rounded up Harris Wall supporters to stand outside of the former president's rally.
You're not changing any votes here.
Although folks might have their minds made up, she wants voters to make an educated choice come November.
They listen to what he has to say and they make a decision of their own, whether it's to support him or to support someone else.
Look at everything that Trump is saying. And then I want them to look at everything that Kamala has as far as an answer.
Waunakee resident Rebecca Pooney is nervous for the future of her daughters. Today, she is standing up for women's rights.
We should have as much control over our bodies as people have over their guns. And lies and division.
Harris is not enough.
Waving her flag, Trump supporter Megan Donovan says she is concerned about the border.
When it comes to immigration, we need to reform it. And that means just put things in place where people can come in, they get vetted.
Donovan could not get into the rally, but she says she is confident in Trump.
DOJ, CIA, FBI, we need to defund those people, not our police, on the streets.
Harris Wall's voters say their goal is to be a light in a time of uncertainty.
No matter what you believe in, stand up for what you believe in and be kind.
Harris Wall's voters tell me that they are looking forward to hearing about the second gentleman's visit to Milwaukee. Reporting live in Waunakee, Cameron Kelly, WMTV 15 News.
Cameron, thank you. VP Kamala Harris will be back in Wisconsin later this week. Harris will visit the Fox Valley on Thursday, less than 2 weeks after she was here in Madison. The exact location of this week's event has not been announced.